I love watching your discussion this month with Owen Cyclops. Can you give us your thoughts on astrology and the zodiac? Obviously, astrology is condemned in Christianity and can easily be idolatrous, but I think the zodiac can also have a great insight on principalities as well as some interesting symbolic understanding of space and time. Would appreciate any thoughts you have on the subject. Thanks. Well, despite the fact that astrology was condemned by Christianity, I think that the aspect which is condemned by Christianity is more soothsaying than it is astrology, in the sense that it's more the idea of wanting to use phenomena in order to predict the future. That for sure is not accepted in Christianity. But the idea that astrology has not been a part of Christianity, that's just not true. You know, in the Middle Ages, every king in the Byzantine Empire, every emperor would have had their zodiac chart done. They would have had their astrological place, you could say it like that, traced. They would have known their place in the cosmic dance, you could say. And so I don't have a problem with the idea that the pattern of the movement of the stars would be related to the cosmic pattern. I don't see why that would be a problem. I think that, you know, I think that the movement of the heavenly bodies definitely, especially if we're the ones looking at them, and especially because there are so many, there's an innumerable amount of them. And so when we look at this infinite amount of dots in the sky, and then we trace patterns, so it is a form of relevance realization, to use a John Vervaekean idea, is that what will come out of that cosmic infinite is going to be patterns, and those patterns will be the patterns of reality. There's no way around it. There will be arbitrary. They will end up representing, manifesting the patterns of our stories, the cosmic patterns of. That's why there's a relationship in most zodiac systems between the mythological stories and the patterns that they pulled out of the heavens, right? And so I don't particularly have a problem with astrological symbolism. I think my problem with astrological symbolism is that I think that it's misunderstood today. I think that nobody understands that symbolism anymore. Most of the people who say they understand it, they're bunk. Like, they're making it up. They don't get it. It's a lost symbolism, in my opinion. I have rarely seen anything. I mean, it's not like I've researched it immensely, but all the stuff I've seen related to the zodiac has always been kind of bunk. And like I said, because it's used today mostly as a form of soothsaying, as a form of trying to affect reality or interpret the future, or try to predict the future, then in that sense, I think that it's probably not very good. And I would say that most people who spend their time, I mean, if you read your horoscope, I really think it's useless. I don't think it's going to help you at all. But, you know, if you look at ancient cathedrals, they would show the signs of the zodiac in their iconography, because it was this idea of this cosmic spheres, this cosmic movement, which was the pattern reality that Christ had created. But if you think about it, it's not silly. It's not silly to think, when you look at the sky, there are so many stars, that who decides what the patterns are in those stars? Like, where do those patterns come from? They don't come from the stars. They come from the connection of our consciousness to the stars, and the connection of that to the pattern that we live in and that we understand. So it's not, I don't find it problematic in principle, but like I said, I don't think it's understood today. I think mostly it's just bunk.